Aloha, friends and fam. Oh my gosh, I'm trying out a new streaming service. So I'm able to stream to 3 different platforms right now. I'm so excited. I'm like, yes, it worked. So thank you for being patient. As you can see, I wanted to talk to you today about what kind of mindset or frequencies that you put out into the world when you want to give your opinion or things like that. Okay, because something happened today and I was just like, really? So I'm going to shortly and quickly break it down for you. What I learned from my lesson today, and then hopefully you can take that and apply it to your life as well. So, as you know, my mindset comes from a different space. Through my trials and errors, I have been able to stop and recognize if things are a lesson for me, what I need to work on, and things like that. So, when I speak about that, that's what I'm talking about. So, there's people that genuinely come to you sharing something, and then there's the naysayers, right? That want to just burst your bubble, have their opinion without any factual. They just want to make themselves feel important. I guess is a better word for that. So I went out and I posted something about my Kangen water and how to use it with plants. Okay, did this genuinely because right now we're in a pandemic, right? Where we can't just get food to come in via ships. We're going to have to sustain ourselves in some way or another. So a lot of people have started gardening and, exchanging plants and produce and things like that. So my, how would you say, knowledge or value that I got to share besides trading fruit and mangoes and things like that is worked for me in regards to my plants. What helped the abundance, what helped my plants, thrive. And so I shared this information, free samples of water, and I had a naysayer. Okay, and I'm gonna call this person the naysayer because this is what I mean when it comes to mindset. What kind of frequencies are you putting out there? So I went out with a genuine value that I can share with people because I think everybody needs to be happy and healthy. And if one particular item can help do a number of different things, I think there's an amazing value to that. Not everybody can see that there's a difference. So there's the people that have half the blinders, and then there's the people that have the openness, the willingness to see the bigger picture. Okay, so I posted this in there. And then, as a smartass, we're pretty funny. I gotta admit, they were like, "Well, if you put regular water, that works just as well to help them thrive." Right, but there's a difference because most people are talking about how how food is very impactful to your health, but everybody forgets about water. We're consumed and made up 70% of water. That's not including our brain, our bones, and blood cells and all this other stuff. We are water. Okay, so my value was to share that, hey, it doesn't just work in your body, it works for your plants, and your plants can thrive. They can get the nutrients that they need, right? So I'm out there genuinely sharing value. So he comes back and says, oh, if you use regular water, right? But my point was regular water has chlorine. It's stripped of all the minerals and chemically added back in. Okay, there's a difference. So I have done a number of tests myself, tried these practices. I don't just bullshit anybody and throw things out there because I'm the type of person like, wow, that's pretty awesome. So I'm going to do my own little test, whatever comes up in my head, that's what I do. So luckily I was able to have a strawberry picture that I used without Kangen water, with Kangen water, and the 2-week difference. It was amazing how much the strawberries thrived and how alive just everything looked. So he was battling and questioning what I had to say. Okay. So if you do that and you battle and question what other people are trying to genuinely share, not just sell things, that's the difference between him and me, or us and them, or you and somebody else. Okay, these are the differences. And so when he started to bash and say all kinds of negative things, I'm like, you know what? There's a point where you just not say anything, which is not good because then it it impacts your voice, your throat, your chakra, and things like that. And then there's a point where you need to say and stand up for yourself, like, how are you going to tell me something that I've been educating myself on and tell me I'm wrong? So the next question was, I asked him, and he said, does it sound factual? Okay, if you want facts, I'll send you the facts. I will send you the link to the facts. I do not have a problem with that. Okay, but to me, he's already assuming. He's already assuming that what's the difference between the water? Okay, so I see like 3 different issues already in this little conversation that has barely started. That's the difference between my perspective, being open, and being narrow-minded. Okay, so we've all been taught to somehow suppress people in ways, and we don't even realize it. We don't understand maybe the personal privilege that we're pushing upon somebody, maybe the verbal abuse that we could be possibly putting out there, or the verbal negative mindset. So for example, I'm out there sharing this knowledge because not everybody knows this, right? Like I said, people talk about the health and wellness of food, but everybody forgets water. Okay, so here I am trying to spread some love, value, knowledge, and here he is saying, oh no, pretty much it's a crock of shit, this and that, and da-da-da. And here I am like, no, I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to speak my voice because I know. I am educated. I became educated just because of this. So what did I learn from that? That it's a test. Every time we strive to be better or to do something or set our mind to doing something, we're going to be tested to see if we fail and fall back into our old patterning. Okay? Now, before I might have been challenged and been like, yeah, maybe he's right, this and that, and then their opinions start to impact your mind. Like maybe they're right, maybe this, maybe that, maybe it's not the right thing. How many times has that happened to people? I know it's happened to me before. So there's still so many of these people around, and I don't at all think that they recognize it. So when I questioned, hey, have you looked into it? Guess what? Boom, no response, nothing at all, nothing. But you know why? It's because I stood my ground, I spoke my voice, I was confident in what I was talking about, and I was doing it in a genuine way. 4 things that they didn't recognize about that post. So their assumption and their negative mindset can cloud the judgment of everybody else that's going to read this post, right? How many other people are going to get that self-doubt? How many other people are going to say the same thing? And how many times has it happened? It's happened quite a few times. And I'm just like, really, people, open the perspectives. This is why I'm asking, what type of mindset do you have? What type of frequencies are you putting out there? You know, we're not any better than anybody else. We're all on different paths, different journeys, and how we express things and the way we use our words are very important, powerful, and impactful. And people forget that. Okay. So there's a difference the way you talk to people. Do you talk at people? Do you talk to them? I mean, do you receive feedback? How is it a two-way street? You know, and I was doing it with love and compassion. Yeah, he kind of was like, at first I was kind of getting pissed off, like, dude, you're just gonna talk out your ass and not say anything. But then I realized, okay, take a step back, Jess. What does this mean? You're always gonna have people that question, right? And you're always gonna have the limited mind thinking people. You just have to know how to patiently, unconditionally, with love, speak to them. How are you going to share your knowledge in a positive way to make them realize how they're impacting somebody? You know, so when I stood up and spoke for myself, I didn't hear anything back. You know, so that's a lesson in life that we all go through. I know everybody has gone through this. These are the tools to get you past those boundaries, to get past the people telling you things and impacting your mind. Okay? We need to take control of our lives. We need to make the decisions. We need to make the choices on how to move forward and what is better for us. You know, and maybe there will be the community out there that is for you, and then maybe you're surrounding yourself with the community that is not for you, and you're stuck. and you're like, why am I so stuck? Who are you surrounded by? Who are the people that are in your circle? Because the people that are in your circle is a reflection of you. You know, so do you resonate with them? Do you guys make fun of people? Do you do this? Do you do that? Like, there's so many different things, right? And to me, I was just blown away because that reminds me, like, I seen a super powerful video, one of our amazing, beautiful young congresswomen, and she was talking about how the men were talking down to her and how it was okay. It was an invitation for other men to do that, even though they have their own families. They have no respect for anybody else. They've opened the door to, what is that? They've opened the door to have somebody else call their family that name. How would they feel? Oh, thank you. Speaking from my heart. I am, because I was just like, I couldn't believe it. It doesn't tell me who you are, so it just says Facebook user, so thank you. But yeah, that was like, I was blown away. I was like, wow, how many people do that to one another? You know, so if you're not making a difference, you're just making things worse. What type of person are you? Are you going to be the type of person that is stuck in the negativity? Or are you the abundance person? Are you trying to make a difference? Are you trying to make the world a better place? Are you trying to open your perspectives, your mindset, and think of different things? Things aren't normal anymore. If you think things are normal, you're so wrong. Okay? What is normal? The old paradigm of living, the way we were stuck in 9 to 5, just going and going and going and watching our health slowly deteriorate and just things happening and feeling like we don't have control. No, this is why we're paused at this very moment. Okay, going within and digging within and getting clear on who you are is what's going to impact the rest of the world. And everybody forgets that, or nobody knows that. So here I am sharing that with you because I thought, how could you're not going to do that to me anymore? Straight up. No. I do not tolerate, I do not allow somebody to treat me that way. You know, if you're not going to have a conscious and open conversation with me, don't even come into my space. Don't comment something stupid and think you're right. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about the perspective. Do you have an open perspective? If you don't, I shouldn't even have a conversation with you. If you can't have a two-way street conversation and be open to what I have to say or the criticism, why even talk to me? And that's what's going on in our society. And it's sad. It's really sad. That's why we're here making a difference. That's why you will see most of us online trying to make an impact in a positive way, not just negative. There's so much negative going on. The more we feed the negative, the more it enhances into our physical. We don't want that. We want a new way, a better way. We need to visualize that. We need to think of what that looks like. We've been so programmed to think for everybody else or be impacted by everybody else's visions. But what about yours? What about what you think? Doesn't that matter? Yes, we can be influenced like this should mean this, but no, what does that mean to you? You know, that's where I'm coming from. Okay, that's when I'm sharing my value. That's where I come from. I come from my heart. Like, yes, I've been there. Yes, I've done that. Yes, I was this way. But this is what I've done to make myself a better person. This is what I've done to take the steps to create the life and dreams that I want and to open up my family's perspective. Because it's not just about me. I have a family. I get to change the future for them. I get to show them that this is different. It doesn't have to be the same. So I thought that was super powerful, and I wanted to share that with you because I don't think limited thinking needs to stop. You know, abundance, anything is possible. If you have the abundance mindset that anything is possible, it is possible. Okay? Not going to be easy, but it is possible. So I just want to leave that with you today. Please do your best. Words are impactful. Be conscious of the words that you're using. How are you talking to people? Don't talk at them. You know, be there with non-judgment, love, openness, compassion, and willingness to just hear somebody out. You know, don't be so close-minded and negative because you don't need that anymore. So, all right, guys, I gotta go run some errands, have some lunch because I'm starving, and I just want to share that with you today. So, I love you, and I hope you have a super great day. Aloha.